Namaskar. Welcome to the part number 2 in lesson number 15. In this part number 2, I'm going to explain you about the preliminary steps in analyzing the birth chart. Preliminary steps. Step number 1. Check the accuracy of the birth time by verifying the important past events or details or the present problem. It means as soon as we get the birth chart, before proceeding to analyze the chart for the event or for the purpose of analyzing, it is mandatory that we have to check the accuracy of the birth time by verifying the important past events or the details. In case if they are not satisfactorily matching, the birth time has to be adjusted and the correct cuspal subplots are to be fixed. As already explained, birth time rectification is the process of fixing the cuspal subplot of the important cusps. In case if the events or past events or the details, whatever they are providing at the time of consultation or analysis, if they are not satisfactorily matching as per our EPS standards, the birth time has to be adjusted and correct CSL has to be fixed. Please note this step, verification of the birth time or adjustment of the birth time can also be done later depending on the requirement. Because sometimes if they are giving a chart, they will say that birth time is accurate. This is the correct time, so there will not be any doubt on the birth time. So in that case, we may go for the birth time verification by verifying the past events, or we may do it later. I will tell you how it has to be done. Or in some cases, what will happen? They might have not provided any important events, or they would have said that they are not having any important live events, or they are not having any details about the past events also. In such cases, what will happen? We will have to proceed as it is. So in that case, sometimes when we start analyzing the destiny and dasa periods for the particular event for which we are analyzing, we may come across some doubts and necessity for verifying some events or details and fixing the cuspal subplot of some cusps. It means we can do the BTR during this time also. It means for the given time, we can take it as it is and start doing the analysis. While doing the analysis, if we have to check whether whatever they are saying, so currently I'm facing this problem, or some details of information they will be sharing. So those details, if you feel that they are not matching to the present periods or the destiny also not indicating that, it will indicate that okay, the necessity for the verification or rectification of birth time is required. So at any point of time we can do this, but this has to be done definitely. So whether we can do it in the beginning, that is also good, or we can do it little later also according to the requirement. Once it is done for a native, so that is going to be there's going to remain the same. We need not do the step every time. Correct. So because this is the verification of the birth. Okay. During this process, we can check the following points. Check if any cusps are in margin degree of a sign. Check if any cusps are in margin degree of a sign. I will show in the example chart. And next point, check cuspal subplot of the cusps, or to check cuspal subplot of all the cusps to find if any cuspal subplot of any cusps are in the margin. Sometimes cusp itself will be in margin in one sign, and Sometimes some sublords will be in the margin. How to check it, I will explain. The duration of the cuspal sublord can be found by checking the cuspal subsublord. In case of Ketu, Sun, Mars, and Moon, or the cuspal sublord, their duration will be 3 to 4 minutes. So these things and all will help us in finding whether the cuspal sublord are in the border. I will explain in a chart that so that you will understand better. This is the example chart which I have been discussing from the beginning. What I was telling that we have to check out of the 12 cusps if they are in the border of a margin in a sign. In this case, all the 12 cusps are posted in a particular sign only. Okay, there is no cuspal interception. Or you can see, no, if you check, where is Lagna? Lagna is 10 degree 47. Second house 735, 343, 21, 41, 87, 10, 14. It means no cusp is in the margin of a sign. 2 degree means 2 degree 1 minute. So approximately it is going to be about 8 to 9 minutes. 9 minutes duration when the time is adjusted only. The 10th cusp will fall in this previous sign. Correct? Because 2 degree means so about approximately 8 to 9 minutes, 2 degree 1 minute means if you reduce the birth time, the 10th cusp will fall in the sign of Capricorn instead of Aquarius. When 10th cusp is moving to the Capricorn, obviously that 4th cusp also will move to the Cancer. So it means sometime what will happen, suppose 12th cusp may be in 0 degree 5 minutes or something. It means what? Just it is entered into the Aries sign. By a reduction of time by 1 minute, the 12th cusp can move to the Pisces. So the possibility of reduction of birth time 1 or 2 minutes are common. So we have to think that some cusps are in border, just adjusting, or if it happens to change, have some change in the birth time, few minute changes also can change cuspal position to the another sign. That we have to keep it in mind, the cuspal position in the sign if they are in the border. I hope you have understood the first one. Second one is check the cuspal sublord of all the 12 cusps, whether they are in the border. They are in the border of the signs, check the cuspal sublord. Suppose if the cuspal sublord are, say, Ketu or Sun, Moon, Mars, because they are all, having less, sublord duration. They are fast moving because that their duration of the dasa periods are very less. So because of that, these cusps will move fastly. It will change fast. So their duration is going to be there for about, say, 3 to 4 minutes maximum. So only the remaining other cuspal sublords will going to be there for about, say, 5 to 7, 8, 9 minutes. So if the cuspal sublord or moon, you can see moon is here and sun is here and Ketu here. It means just adjusting 1 or 2 minutes, obviously there can have some change in the cuspal sublord also, right? So that we have to keep it in mind. Another one is that, suppose you can see this Jupiter. 8th cuspal sublord is Jupiter. Subsublord also Jupiter. Though Jupiter duration is going to be approximately 8 to 9 minutes, but subsublord is Jupiter in the sense Jupiter's just started. Because subsublord is Jupiter. Suppose if instead of Jupiter, subsublord, if it is, say, Mercury or Ketu, Venus, it means within 9 minutes duration, that sublord duration is, crossed almost 50% of the duration. But here it is only just started. So here also, when you adjust the birth time, even Jupiter, instead of Jupiter, the sublord can become Rahu. So I hope you have understood. So the duration of the sublord can be identified by the cuspal sub-sublord. You can see here 10 sublord is Ketu, sub-sublord is Venus. It means just second cuspal sub-sublord because Ketu sub-sublord first, then Venus is going to be the next one. So just 1 or 2 minutes reduction, that Ketu will become, instead of Ketu, Mercury will become the sublord because it is also in border, and also Ketu also, as I said, is a short duration sublord. So such things we can keep it in mind. Sometime when we increase the birth time, that cuspal sublord also can change. So both the way it is possible. So we have to give importance to the sublord of the cusp, whether if any cuspal sublords are in border, so that we have to keep it in mind, and also any cusps are in border, so that we have to check it. I hope you are able to understand this one. Now let me continue that. I was explaining you about the cuspal sublord duration and cusps are which are in margin. Now, when we study that, the above will indicate, above means that margin, the cuspal sublord is in margin or cusp are in margin. The above will indicate that there can be some impact on the destiny and the timing of events of those house matters, even with minor difference in the birth time. Correct? So, because suppose if the primary cuspal sublord, seventh cuspal sublord, suppose it is Sun, right? In this example, if the birth time is little different, instead of Sun, that Sun can be changed to Venus. Suppose 2 minutes reduction, seventh sublord will become Venus. So Sun will give some destiny, what on the marriage prospects. Similarly, Venus will give some destiny. So if by knowing that actual the destiny prospects on the marriage according to the natives, detailed informations, we can see whether that Sun is indicating such significations or Venus. Suppose he is saying that marital life is not very satisfactory, he is facing problem, or he may be saying that marital marriage itself is getting delayed, or marriage is not at all happened, even he's crossed 30-35 years also. So destiny itself will indicate the delay in marriage or hurdles in marriage or denial of marriage also. So for that for to know the destiny, just in the sublord is in border, change in the sublord, it can indicate the destiny also. So that such that cuspal sublords or that to such planet which are fast moving, so we can see we can have keep it in mind that if there is any minor difference in the birth time, that can have impact on the destiny. You know that cuspal sublord of the primary houses will not be useful in not only in finding the destiny prospects of the particular house matters, but also in the timing of event. Suppose he is saying that he got married in so and so period, then if you check those period in which he got married, Dasa Bugdi period, in that definitely the role of the primary cuspal sublord, that is the important key planet, if it is present, if the role, if it is present or not, based on that whether that Bugdilad is strong enough to give the event or not, that also we can easily identify. When I am going to discuss about the timing of event, marriage prospects in the case study, you will understand how far these cuspal sublords of the primary houses are more useful. So what you have to keep it in mind, just minor difference in the birth time can have some impact on the destiny or also timing of event of that particular house matters, because here it is marriage. Suppose 10th house means for the professional prospects. Okay, by when we are having such doubt, By verifying the events related to those house matters, we can fix the cuspal sublot, which in turn adjusts the birth time. So when we want to, verify the birth time, verify the past event according to that house matters. We feel that no, we have to adjust the birth time. We instead of sun should be Venus only, then only it is matching to the destiny and also timing of event. By adjusting that cuspal sublot, indirectly it is adjusting the birth time. So this is also birth time verification and birth time rectification. I hope you are able to understand. This is step number 1 in the preliminary steps. Next, we will go to the step number 2. Now let us study the step number 2 in the preliminary steps. What is step number 2? General study on the natal chart. It means we have to study the birth chart on general way, looking at the planetary positions and their afflictions, their supports from other planets, whether they are all favorably connected or they are getting affliction from other planets. So, those basic information we have to study. Out of them, importantly, first one is Lagna and Moon strength. Because Lagna and Moon strength are important because they are the important things for the Lagna. Because Lagna is talking about the native and individual and body, and the Lagna, who is going to interact to any sort of any response and all. Lagna only is going to handle. Lagna only is going to handle the situation and putting the efforts, all these things. And Moon is the one which is going to, which is Karagato for the mind. No? So Moon will, how it is going to take the situation, how it is going to think about that, whether it is in a good state of mind or it is always in confused state, how it is going to react. All these things are controlled by the Moon. So based on the Lagna strength and Moon strength, the native will react. So that is most important. So before we study the destiny and the Dasa Bhukti predictions, we have to check the Lagna and Moon strength of the native in the birth chart. So though we have to check in detailed way by complete signification of the Lagna Lord and Moon Lord, but here, as I discussed, the basic study with the cuspal lordship and occupying house, that planets which are all connected to the Lagna and Moon, if they are favorably connected or unfavorably connected, we can check only with the CLOCC only. That itself will give approximately 50% of the impact. So, first, study if the Lagna Lord and Moon are posted in supportive houses to the Lagna. Whether Lagna Lord is well posted, Moon is also well posted. Supportive houses, it means what? It is not posted in the 6th house or 8th house or 12th house, which are all unfavorable house to the Lagna in general. Check if they are further supported by the cuspal lord of 3, 5, 9, 11 houses. Basically, they are all favorable houses to the Lagna. Exclude the Badhaga house depending on the Lagna, whether Chara, Sthira or Ubhaya. Based on that 11th house and 9th house may be coming under the unfavorable, right? So check if the Lagna or Moon are supported by the favorable planets, 3rd Lord or 5th Lord or 9th Lord or 11th Lord by Rasi Lord or a conjoined planet or aspected by planets, whether they are getting support. In that such supports, if Jupiter is one of the ruler and giving its supports to the Lagna and Moon, that is going to be more favorable. Now we are coming to the unfavorable side. Suppose if the Lagna or the Moon, if they are afflicted by the 6, 8, 12 houses, planets, 6th Lord, 8th Lord or 12th Lord, and Badhaga Lord by conjunction aspects and Rasi Lord, especially sign exchange. So if the planet Lagna and Moon are afflicted by these planets which are signifying these houses, so that we have to check it. And in that process, if the role of Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn, and of course Mars also can be taken, but node planets, nodes and the Saturn are very important. If they are having these unfavorable significations and they are causing the affliction to the Lagna or Moon, that impact of the unfavorable is going to be more. So that also we have to consider. What will happen if Lagna and Moon are afflicted? If Lagna is afflicted, Lagna afflicted means not only Lagna Lord. Okay. Suppose the planets which are occupying the sign of Lagna, the occupant of any house, it is influencing that house matter. So if Lagna occupant is unfavorable to the Lagna, automatically Lagna is getting some influence. So Lagna is going to face some hurdles and obstacles. So it is indicating that one. So Lagna, if it is afflicted, Lagna Lord or Lagna occupant also, there will be obstacles in the efforts of the Lagna and may indicate weak health also, because Lagna connected to health, Lagna connected to 6-8 grouping. So Lagna is conjoined with 6th Lord, aspected by 8th Lord or 12th Lord. So it means Lagna is connected to the unfavorable house, to the health. So it can cause, it is liable to face some health issues. And it when it is Lagna is afflicted, it is indicating that Lagna basically it is going to face obstacles in its life. Whatever the thing Lagna is trying to do, that there will be an obstacles in taking the effort. I'm repeating, this is only the initiation, that is the source, but only by way of detailed signification strength by left to right, and that is self signification CST and CSL. CLOCC only we are checking. We have to check the CST, CSL also. We have to check the star lord and sublord significations also. So only then only we can see the total complete signification. But we are talking about only in CL and OCC, but that is the source. That is most important starting point. So when a planet is having unfavorable in CL, OCC itself, whatever the unfavorable it is adding in the CST, CSL and the star lord, sublord is going to be more unfavorable. That I think you are able to understand. If moon is afflicted, there will be obstacles and struggles in the thought process and also mental peace. So that is most important. So Lagna is afflicted or moon is also afflicted, that we have to check. When both Lagna and moon are afflicted in the chart, the native is bound to face obstacles and hurdles in executing and also responding to a situation and struggles in handling any situation. So if Lagna is also affected, Moon is also afflicted, what will happen if any sort of problem is that native is experiencing because of the Dasa Bugdi Antra. Suppose running Dasa Bugdi are unfavorable to the Lagna, strongly connected to 8 and 12 significations, and also it is having unfavorable houses to the event. So that Dasa period is going to give, the native is going to experience this. Suppose the Lagna and Moon are not connected to or afflicted by 6, 8, 12 signification, but they are all having connection to the favorable houses to the Lagna. Lagna will be steadily handling the situation. Lagna will take it easily and overcome the problems. Suppose Moon is having unfavorable houses, afflicted, and there the role of Rahu, the role of Saturn are also connected to that. In addition to the 8 and 12, 3, 8, 12 signification, Moon is also afflicted. What will happen? Moon is always in dilemma, and Moon will be in stress and not able to take the decision. Small things also will be taken in worst manner. So that way, because of that Moon, the thought process and mind is not in peace. So the even that small problems the Dasa periods are indicating, the Moon will take it seriously. So that is the reason whenever we are going to give predictions to any chart, before giving the prediction, especially when you are going to give unfavorable predictions because of the chart, because of the Dasa period, if you feel that native is going to face a lot of problems, all these things, when you are going to check it, we have to give the predictions based on the strength of the Lagna and Moon only. If Lagna and Moon are completely unfavorable, weakly posted or weakly afflicted by other planets, especially with the 6-8-12 grouping, and also they are afflicted by the malefic planets. It means we have to, guide them properly accordingly. So the native will handle or experience the signification of the dasa periods based on the lagna and moon strength only. Anyway, by detailed analysis on the lagna lord, moon with the EPS tables will further give the strength and weakness of the lagna and moon. As I said, only we are talking about only in CLOCC. Only by extended signification of the self-signification and star level and sub-level, and through the EPS table, we can find the moon strength and lagna strength, whether they are all strongly afflicted or not. So based on that only we can decide. But still, we have to keep it in mind. Lagna strength and moon strength are important. I hope you have understood. In step number 2, that is B. What is B? Check the cuspal lord of the houses of the event in discussion. So we discussed in the previous slide, we are talking about the lagna and the moon. Now we are talking about the cuspal lord of the primary house. Suppose we are talking about the event of, say, childbirth. The primary house is 5th house. Suppose it is marriage, primary house is 7th house. If it is profession, 10th house. So what is 5th lord, where it is posted? 7th lord, where it is posted? Whether 5th lord, 7th lord are getting support from the other favorable planets by cuspal lord planet, cuspal lord of, say, 2nd house. Because for the progeny prospect, 2nd house, 11th house, if they're all giving support to the 5th house. Similarly, 7th house lord also, it is getting support or not, we got to check. So check if they are well posted. Suppose 5th lord posted in the 2nd house or 11th house or 9th house, 7th house. They are well posted and connected to the planet, which are all cuspal lord of the favorable houses to the event. Connected means by way of conjunction, aspect, Rasi lord, that way. Check if they are afflicted by the planets, which are 8 and 12 houses to the lagna, and importantly, cuspal lord of the unfavorable house to the event. Suppose fifth lord is conjoined with 8th lord. 5th lord is aspected by 12th lord. 5th lord is in the 4th house. So it means unfavorable house to the 5th house matters and unfavorable house to the lagna. If they are all influencing that 5th house, 5th lord, they indicate that 5th lord having weakness. It is afflicted. So it does not, just because of this, we are not going to come to any conclusion about the progeny. That you have to keep it in mind. But it is indicating some weakness is present in the source itself. So only way of extended signification we can decide the intensity of this. So, but this is most important. If in the source, 5th cuspal lord is not afflicted by these unfavorable houses, but only in the extended signification it is indicating weakness, that impact is going to be comparatively lesser, because in the source it is good, only in the result or effect is going to be unfavorable means. So that is going to indicate the problem in the execution and the results. But in the source itself, it is having unfavorable. Whatever the unfavorable it is getting through the star level, sub level, that impact is going to be more. I hope you would have understood. By just studying through the CL and OCC houses of these planets, we can find if any weakness or affliction to that house matters are present. This is indicating that some weakness in the source. But the intensity of the weakness and also strength can be further increased or decreased by the extended signification by studying the complete self-signification of that planet and the effect and result from the star and sub-level planets through the EPS tables. It means just CLOCC, we should not come to any conclusion, but only by extended signification, by CST, CSL of the planet, and also star level, sub-level signifying effect and result through the EPS tables. We have to check it. That is the check, step number 2B. First, we check the moon strength and lagna strength. In B, we are studying the cuspal lord of the primary houses of the event in discussion. The third one is the Karagatva of the planet. Karagatva planet for the particular event. Suppose if it is childbirth, okay, Jupiter is the Karagatva planet. Marriage, suppose Venus is the Karagatva planet. And suppose sometime we can take Mars also in case of female in addition to the Venus. Then suppose we are talking about education. Education, yes, it is education means Mercury can be taken. And in case of say business also we can take Mercury also we can take, because that is a planet for the trading, all these things. So depending on the type of profession also, that Karagatva planets can be taken. Saturn also can be taken for the profession in general. So because that is the 10th odd basic our natural zodiac, so it is talking about the karma. So check the Karagatva planet for the event. So whether that is also well posted or afflicted by the other planet, by the unfavorable houses. This one will give some general aspect of the particular chart on the Lagna strength, moon strength, and most of the planets' strength and weakness by way of position, and also supports or affliction by the other planets. This is the preliminary stage. We have to keep it in mind. This will help in giving the predictions. Okay. So with this, our preliminary steps we are completing. In the next parts, we'll be discussing on the important steps, 5 steps in the analyzing the birth chart. Thank you.